Hello YouTube, Dr. Sola coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria. Before I get into any content, I just want to make sure that everyone is doing well. How are you all making out with the quarantine, the self-isolation? Hopefully you're not going too crazy. You're finding something to keep yourselves occupied with. In Nigeria, the federal government imposed a 14-day stay at home, and unless you are considered essential worker, you have to stay home for the next 14 days. We're allowed to go grocery shopping from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily. I've gone out once since they imposed the mandatory stay at home, and so far so good. I've not lost my mind. However, today I decided to upload some content, and this is what I'm going to do for you. So if you recall the 12-volt system, let me zoom in so you can see it. Here are the batteries, that is the inverter, the charge controller. This 12-volt system has been giving me a little bit of a headache. If you recall, we changed one of the cells. Okay, let me go back for people who are new to the channel. I had received a 48-volt forklift battery. It had 24 cells, each 2 volts. And after spending quite a bit of money and time, I could not recover them. They were in really bad shape. They were really badly sulfated. I got rid of 17. I sent them to a recycler, and I kept 7. The 7, I've been running 6 on a 12-volt system to power the little bits of homes that are on the property. My mom allows people who don't have a place to stay to come and stay here. All they pay for is the garbage. They don't pay rent. And when we had electricity, they paid electricity, but we've not had electricity since 2016 because we are completely off grid. They would come into the house to charge their phone, so I decided to extend the same courtesy I enjoy to them. So I gave them 6 of these batteries, a 300-watt inverter, pure sine wave inverter, and then a 50 amp 100-volt charge controller. It's worked pretty well, but typical of lead acid batteries, the results you start with will change over time. So at the outset, because I had balancers on, they were able to get power for 12 hours. And then when I removed the balancer because one had corroded, they were only getting 5 hours. Then somehow they got 6 hours, and then it just was all over the place. One day they will get from 7 to 11 p.m. Some other times they get from 7 to 3 a.m. Yesterday they got from 7 to 6:30 a.m. today. And that was different because the system did not go off. It actually started to beep low battery, but it didn't go off. So what had I done that was different? Well, please do not laugh when I say this, okay? Because it's very, very funny. What we decided to do was actually shake the batteries. We shook them. Okay, I started to shake them. Move it sideways, shake it. Let me see, let me demonstrate with this so you see what I'm talking of. So let me zoom backwards. So we're doing this to them to agitate the batteries to see if we could mix the electrolyte in it. As you know, lead acid batteries over time, what causes sulfation is the higher concentration of acid at the bottom, an electrolyte that doesn't have high specific gravity at the top. So we figured if we shook it, it would make a difference, and strangely enough, it made a difference. The next day, they got much longer time from it. This morning, we agitated it some more. We shook it. And today, the system was able to charge to 15.6 volts. But that's not what I'm excited about. So I've done specific gravity readings on every cell. Let me get closer. So these 2 were almost on the green. Everything else was on the white. And this one has been on red. Now that one, the little floaty thing inside the hydrometer would not float. Yesterday, it moved just a teeny bit off the stopper. Today, it actually floated, so that blew my mind. I was like, wow, we're beginning to finally see results. Now, I've been charging these batteries for almost 2 months, and we didn't get any results. So shaking it seems to have made a difference. The battery looks like it's beginning to charge. So I'm almost convinced that tonight they will get 12 hours without a problem. I'm sure they could go 12 hours without triggering the low battery warning. That's what my thought process is. Today, the system generated over 3 kilowatt hours out of 600 watts in panels. So you guess it was a very, very sunny day. So 3 kilowatt hours out of 600 is 5 hours of direct sunshine on our panels. So we got 5 hours of direct sunshine on our panels today, and that was able to take us to 15.6 volts at some point. I mean, the clouds would come in and go out, but seeing 15.6 volts for me was a big one. I was very, very excited that we saw that. So I'm hoping that by the time this week is up, well, today is Friday, so yes, the week is already up. If we don't get any rain tomorrow and the day after, and we get the same amount of sunshine, I'm going to see that particular middle cell, this one, go into the green, go into white at least. White says recharge, and well, they all say recharge, but when it's white on the hydrometer, it's fair. So what I'll do is I'll go get a hydrometer and show you the graduated scale, showing you what each represents and where the batteries are. Hey George, this is for you. The car is fixed and back on the road. We didn't do a restoration, they just did a basic fix and it's back on the road. So back to my hydrometer. So you see, let me see if I get it close. There is red, there is white, and there is green. Almost every battery, with the exception of that one cell, is, well, I would say 4 of them are in the white. And then 2 are very close to green, and then 1 is still in red. But the difference, however, is you see this little floaty thing at the bottom, the mercury at the bottom, it's floating now. It wasn't floating before. So I'm very, very excited, and I'm looking forward to doing the next video that shows you that these batteries actually eventually came back. My mind is blown. I had quit on them. I decided I wasn't going to invest any more effort, but with the coronavirus and the lockdown, I didn't have a choice but to go and start playing with it. And you know, we decided that we should shake it, agitate the batteries, and it seems to have made a difference, especially to that one. I'm going to think that that's what did it. I shook it and it came back to life. So once again, this is Dr. Sola coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria. Please stay safe out there. If you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane.